Alright, I'm going to show you how to mix up some resin here. We got this magnetic stirrer right here. It's got this little pill. It's actually what spins it. And it's best to have the cup. It's got a little bevel that goes in. Needs to be a little bit more flatter so it stays more in the center. And basically what it does is when you crank this up, it'll start spinning around. You see right here? You go too fast, it'll fly off. So I'm going to try to mix some resin right here. And when I get done, if I need to pour it into something, instead of just pouring this out and making this pill fall out, or this magnetic pill, it's plastic coated, we're just going to stick a magnet down on the bottom side of it, and when it gets tipped upside down, it don't come out until I pull this back out. And it'll come out like this. Alright, let's give it a whirl here. I got some resin that I'm using. Two different types. This is my main one here. As you can see right there, it's getting a little unbalanced. So we need to crank this down a little bit. What you do is, it's because it's got that bevel on the bottom, that's what's doing it. So we're going to crank this up a little bit. Here she goes. She's humming now. I got it cranked up pretty good. I ain't got it full blast. As long as you don't hear that chattering, you're good to go. Alright. There's my mixture that it made. Alright, I have it in here working. If I look down in here, it's working a little bit. Not as good as I expected. It is because of the bottom on these things here. They're not flat. If you can find a size bottle the same size as that, if you crank it up too much, that means that when you hear it fly off like that, what it's doing is the magnet's actually flying off the center pivot point, and it will not stir because it's just hanging there, going all over the place here. We need to create a vortex. Excuse me, I'm trying to sit down here. So we're going to fill this up. Alright, I got it in two different cups here. The more you pour in there, the thicker it gets. This magnetic stirrer here, it's getting a vortex. The more you put in there, it's giving it a more harder time. I ain't got the most powerful one, but I got the second one. And it is running and it is spinning. And what's good about this, it'd probably work better if the bottom wasn't beveled out. Alright, here's an overhead shot right here. You can see it doing the vortex in there. Actually, you don't see no air bubbles, which is cool. And if you notice, I had poured some out because if you have it too high of a resin, it won't mix up good. But then again, another thing is, like I said, the bottom of it not being flat is a problem. So it'd probably work a whole lot better if I didn't have something. So if you want to mix something, I maybe want to just try out a little batch or something. You know, that's about enough right there for a vat. Well, since I was mixing the two colors that were, you know, I was just doing a little offset there. It was probably pretty hard in the video to see. And so I'm going to show you what's going on. I had emptied out most of the resin. And you'll watch when I turn this on how this magnetic pill start to spin as I crank it up a little bit. See right there? So let's go with something really off color from the gray here. I found some green. Okay, I think I've had it for 2 years. And you'll be able to see when I put it in here. Hopefully, this is my first time I even tried this. We're going to mix some green in here. As you can see, the gray is already mixed in with it. So, let me put the lid on this so I don't spill it. Let's run it for a second more. And you can see the comparison right here. Alright, right like that. So it mixed in pretty good with the gray. You don't see any gray in there right now, except what's on the rim of it. So that's kind of how that looks.